Hey, Dan Meyer here, and today we're going to talk about understanding how to do generational marketing. So basically here in the US, there are 4 different generations of shoppers, of buyers, of consumers. I'm going to talk about some of the differences based on the data between each one. And we'll look at ways that you can market to each of the different generations and what tools or platforms in social media are the best ones to be able to reach that demographic. This is based on my own experience. I've done a lot of generational marketing. I learned this when I worked at Wells Fargo for 15 years. Wells Fargo is really big on generational marketing. They have different products, different marketing brands, different commercials set aside for each type of generation they're trying to market to. And I learned that throughout the business world, basically you want to be marketing to the people that will buy your products, and you have to understand how they consume information, what are their shopping motivations, what are the behaviors that they do when they're online. If you understand this and you design your marketing strategy with generational marketing in mind, it will definitely make you more effective. At a very high level, there are 4 generations, right? Baby boomers, and they are mainly focused on cash, on things that can give them more wealth, more money. They want to be able to have as much information they need to be able to accumulate the wealth that will take them through their retirement. Then there's Gen X, my generation. I'm 50, right? So I'm looking at things that give me benefits. I love benefits. I look for things I don't mind paying if I'm going to get what I want out of it. I like to belong to things, to subscribe to things. I like to get special treatment. I love to go VIP. These are things that are fairly strong in the Generation X marketing profile. Next are millennials. Millennials are at a high level all about connections. How does this make them be part of something bigger than themselves? How does this connect them with other people? How does this influence and impact their ability to influence and impact others? That's what they care about when they buy things. And then for Gen Z, it's really experiences. What am I going to get out of this that's going to give me something that I can remember, that I can talk about, that I can share a story around? How is this going to help me through the experience I gain? So this is something, again, that I've learned quite a while back. Generational marketing, something that I was doing at Wells Fargo for a long time, doing a lot of big data crunching, a lot of predictive models, trying to figure out how to sell this checking product or this remittance product or this credit product to certain segments of population based on many different demographics, but gender and age being the 2 biggest ones. So understanding generational marketing, which is the age part we'll talk about today. I've also, again, used this throughout my business as I've grown my virtual staffing business from just me to a team of a dozen people working for me to a team of 100 virtual assistants that work for my clients throughout the world. And basically what we do is we always factor in generational marketing, especially when we're using social media platforms as our primary tool. But whatever you're doing in marketing, email campaigns, if you're doing outbound sales calls, whatever you're trying to do, you want to think about the generational impact. So baby boomers were born between 1946 and 1964, right? They were born after World War II, when all the GIs came back home and there was a huge surge in population and people having multiple kids to make up for the fact that we, actually lost a significant portion of the population in the war. So they're really big on brand loyalty. You see the biggest brands in the world, most of them got to be where they're at because this purchasing of baby boomers. Coke, McDonald's, those are like 2 of the biggest ones that really took off. From the 50s through today, they're still the biggest players in their markets because baby boomers have propped them up for most of their existence. About 82% of baby boomers think about business travel as something they don't ever do anymore. They think about leisure travel, right? So only 18% of baby boomers still are traveling on business. 82% are traveling for leisure, right? So if you're in the travel industry, you're trying to make people that are in the baby boomer generation attracted to your products, you want to think of things that attract them to really cool places to go, places to spend their retirement, things to see before they die, bucket list items to cross off. I don't want to be morbid, but that's a big motivational factor for baby boomers. What are they going to get out of what life they have left? That really does drive a lot of their purchasing. I don't want to, again, be too dark about it, but that's really a reality. So when you're thinking about baby boomers, Facebook is actually the best place to market them, right? A lot of people that are on Facebook that are younger are off Facebook because their grandparents are on Facebook, and it's so unfun to have your mom and your grandma commenting on your stuff. Now, I wouldn't mind because they're both passed away. I don't have them anymore, but I'm older. If I'm younger, I can see the cringe factor of having your family comment on your stuff. So that kind of drove a lot of people off of Facebook. Plus, people like something new, something different. They want to rebel against the status quo, which means Facebook is now the status quo social media place, right? So when you're marketing to Gen X or Gen Y or millennials on Facebook, you can do different things. But Facebook is your place for baby boomers, right? And you want to tie in cash, right? You want to make sure they get cash back, they get cash prizes. Things that motivate them really are things they can spend right now because they're in that mindset where they want to be able to enjoy the time that they have. So Facebook is your best tool for baby boomers. For Gen Xers like myself, we're born between 1965 and 1980. We're smaller than baby boomers, and we're also smaller than millennials. We're kind of a smaller generation. Our parents had less kids, and we didn't have massive immigration until later on in Gen Xers. So the best way to communicate with Gen Xers is still via email. We are still email driven. Baby boomers prefer a phone call. Gen Xers prefer emails, although a lot of us have moved over to text, but emails are still the best way to get a hold of us. And the best platform to market, especially business stuff, to Gen Xers is actually LinkedIn. If you have a brand on LinkedIn, that means you're legit. That means you put time into your social media strategy. It's based more on the fact that you're proven, that you have credibility. These are important things. And if you have a LinkedIn page, LinkedIn profile, and you share stuff from LinkedIn across social media, that gives you some added credibility. It's important because Gen Xers like to know that they're going to have some kind of social impact. They want a service or product that benefits society, but also benefits themselves. Membership sites are huge among Gen Xers. Netflix blew up because Gen Xers who were kids when they had to go to Blockbuster are now adults, and they can't imagine ever having to go anywhere. Gen Xers also blew Amazon up, where the reason why Amazon is so big is because of the purchasing power of Gen Xers, people who are ready to buy and shop online. So LinkedIn is the best place to put some official look and feel around that. You don't have to always use LinkedIn to shop, but you got to have LinkedIn figured out. People will go there to make sure that your business is legit if you're marketing to people that are in the Gen X range. For millennials born between 1981 and 1996, their media consumption is very different than the previous generations. Gen X and baby boomers are really big on TV still. Gen X less so, but they still watch a fair amount of network television. Millennials do not. Millennials are driven by totally different things. And millennials are really heavily influenced by their peers. They more so than any other generation rely on referrals, rely on people telling them this is cool and I want to do it too. Millennials like to talk and plan with their friends. They're much more social and they're a bigger platform. So when you're trying to grow things to millennials, you want to think about how whatever you do allows people to take their friends with them, to share the common experience. This is super important. This is why Instagram is the biggest marketing place for millennials. Instagrammers really focus on pictures that people can share what that's going to be like, what they're going to get, that experience, that food, that purchase, whatever you're trying to sell to them. When you do it on Instagram, it's about everybody being able to relate to what they see or watch. And this is really appealing to the generation that, again, are called millennials or Gen Y, which no one ever calls them. We call them millennials because, they were come of age around the year 2000. And so basically, these are the people that really are primarily driving Instagram. Gen Z, the newest generation, born between 1997 and today, they love the next big thing. Like all youth, they are more interested in doing things that their older generations didn't. They like new stuff, right? They like things that are cutting edge. They're very tech savvy. In fact, most Gen Zs don't need any kind of technical training. It's almost innate that they pick up technology and they're able to do things. They are definitely more likely to go off of brand to try new things. They are the hardest to do traditional marketing to. They don't watch TV. They don't read their email. They don't like to look at commercials. They don't like being sold in a corporate approach. You have to really think different if you're marketing primarily to Gen Z. And the best one for this is YouTube. YouTube is primarily dominated. The top YouTube stars are younger millennials and older Gen Zers, right? And it's a place where people can tell their story, share their experience, and this becomes a common experience, right? Gen Z loves to buy experiences, not products. They don't want to hear about why your product's so amazing. They need to experience it from you. You need to do marketing that allows them to imagine themselves experiencing it. This is why things like VR are the way to go in the future. This is why doing short, quick, fun things that catch attention and allow people to then do their own version of it are so popular. YouTube is probably the best channel right now to be able to attract Gen Z. If you're having a lot of things on YouTube, they're going to pop up and they're going to come across them because there's so much things that they're on YouTube all the time. If you're like my nieces and nephews who are between 8 and 12, they are on YouTube all the time. They never even watch TV. In fact, they don't even ever go to TV unless their parents make them do it. They're always on YouTube, and they watch other people on YouTube. So the experiential thing there is watching somebody else experiencing something makes them feel like they're experiencing it with them in an informal, unpolished, non-corporate setting like YouTube. This is why like unboxing videos were so viral the last couple years, because people are experiencing it like they're doing it themselves. The other channel I'll mention, it's not my favorite channel right now. I still prefer YouTube, but you got to pay attention to TikTok. If you're not thinking about TikTok and you're marketing to Gen Z, you're missing the boat. So here at Sonic VA, that's what we do, right? We help you figure out how to focus on what you do best and hire people to do this marketing for you, right? We do social media marketing, we do email campaigns, we do Facebook ads, we make YouTube videos. We do these things to give your brand more consistency, to help you develop more clarity in your message, and help you give a sense of certainty to your clients. This is really important around social media, right? I've talked about this in quite a few videos, and this is a central theme. Consistency is what matters most in social media. And what that looks like is that if you're going to be an expert on something in your niche to your target market and use their preferred platform for social media consumption, you got to post things on a regular basis at the same time. So even though they won't look at it at the same time, they know it's there. In the back of their minds, they know when they can go get new content from you, and they're going to start looking for it. That consistency is the secret sauce behind success with social media and generation. So again, if you're interested in this, you can go ahead and reach out to us. Drop a comment in the comment section below, or text the word data to 26786, and you'll get a reply back with a quick form to fill out to talk about what you want to have a virtual assistant. Again, the idea is that what do you want to have a virtual assistant do? What can you peel away that you're doing now, probably social media, that you probably shouldn't be doing, so you can free yourself up to create more content, to do more public speaking, to record more videos, to be in more webinars, to be out there doing things to grow your business. Let other people market your message. We do that for you with our Sonic virtual assistants. You can text the word data to 26786. You can go to Sonic VA, it's SONICVA.com. That's how you get all of us, and that's how you're going to take advantage of generational marketing, because we're going to walk you through it. I'm going to spend time with you to help you understand who your perfect client is and which platform we should get a hold of them on, and then we're going to build marketing content based on what you've already started and created to be able to distribute on the different and appropriate social media platforms. So that's my talk for today. Thank you for your time. Now go out there and have a great day.